Hello friends, this is Global Patriot John Adams. Today we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin recent high of $11,500. Here we can see that the Winkelvoss twins have just become the first Bitcoin billionaires. They held on to Bitcoin when it first came about and were very stern in their opinion that Bitcoin, in fact, now that we know the fact that Bitcoin was going to go up significantly in price for many years, which it has for over 5 years. It has made incredible gains of tens of thousands of percent or more. Absolutely ridiculous. We're going to be looking at some news of Bitcoin and other different cryptocurrencies. So we do see that Bitcoin is above 11,500, but there are many other different cryptocurrencies. We'll get to those in just a moment. We're going to go and look at the Bitcoin price here. Okay, get that back. So, Bitcoin price. Alright, can we see that? Get it to focus back. So, it looks like a damn volcano going straight up, as you can tell. It's hard to say when this is going to crash down, but it will be sometime in the near future, more than likely. If we look back at the chart, we see this was a rise and fall, which happened in October 2013, which I called this one. You can see in my videos in the past, but we can tell that this looks similar to that if you kind of like zoom in a whole lot on this one. So at some point, this is going to burst. Many people on the news and other different places are talking about this, and lots of different, as you could call, sheeple or jumping on to the ship. There are even institutional investors who are coming online with Bitcoin, investing, hundreds of millions of dollars possibly. I think the Bitcoin market cap is many billions of dollars at the moment. Actually, it's over $100 billion. You can check for yourself. But we're going to be looking back at the news here. So Bitcoin is up very high, but we have many other different cryptocurrencies to worry about. There's this other one that's very popular called Ethereum. Ethereum is apparently has a much higher strength algorithm of basically anonymity. People feel more safe using Ethereum now that Bitcoin has kind of joined with the financial elite type of people that it was trying to avoid. So Bitcoin has kind of like, gone, some people say, the wrong way. There's many other strange things happening to Bitcoin, such as Bitcoin Cash. But I want to talk about this funny thing here with Ethereum first. So Ethereum actually has been taken over by some digital kittens. So someone created a app of some sort which uses Ethereum, and you make these little funny kittens, and people actually pay to have these made. It's kind of a strange thing because basically in the past things like this on the internet were free, but now people are using the different cryptocurrencies to charge for funny things like this. These crypto kittens, they actually take up 20% of the blockchain of Ethereum. That's very strange, is it not? A lot of this is being done in Japan. So if we come over here, we see this article about how there are spinoffs from Bitcoin. You likely heard about the Bitcoin Cash spinoff, which came several months ago. This actually caused a very wild event to happen with Bitcoin, where many of the Bitcoin miners actually they switched over to Bitcoin Cash, and this caused a actual breakdown of the Bitcoin system for several days. People were trying to make their Bitcoin exchanges to trade their Bitcoins, and it took many days to happen because a lot of the computers which were being used to focus on Bitcoin were then switched to this new thing called Bitcoin Cash. Let's check out the price over here of Bitcoin Cash, which I actually believe Bitcoin Cash may be a better long-term investment than Bitcoin at this point. You see that it has gone straight up, but it's kind of flattened out. Bitcoin Cash, the difference between it is it has an 8 I believe, 8 megabyte blockchain transaction, while Bitcoin has a 1 megabyte. So it just carries more information through each transaction. Bitcoin is not the most efficient cryptocurrency, which means that at some point it should kind of be taken over by some other cryptocurrency. So that I would definitely be looking to see at some point in the future, is Bitcoin to be taken over by another cryptocurrency. Some people here at This Is CoinDesk are saying that Bitcoin likely is going to have a big correction very shortly, considering that it's in the news, the major news, CNBC and other things like that. We're pretty close to the top. When everyone tells you to buy, that's likely the time you should be selling. My suggestion is that you wait until Bitcoin crashes and then invest for the mid to long term. Here we see that Bitcoin was insanely volatile today, and this is reported in Forbes, a very mainstream type of financial website, news website. Other people here, Mark Anderson, he is saying that in 20 years we'll be talking about Bitcoin like we talk about the internet today. That may be true. I actually believe we'll be talking about Bitcoin, kind of like we talk about the Square TV. What is a Square TV called? Tube television. Yeah, so Bitcoin is a new technology, but it's going to be overtaken by some other cryptocurrency. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yes.
Oh, baby. So, here we're checking Ethereum price. So I'll get back to Ethereum. Ethereum is, like I said, a much higher anonymity. It's a tougher algorithm for the computers to process. It's safer away from the governments, and so it made a very, very strong rise when it first came out, and it's kind of flattened out since then. A lot of these different cryptocurrencies may do this flattening out type deal, which we saw with Litecoin at the moment. Litecoin doesn't seem to be making the progress, or it isn't making the progress that Bitcoin is right now. And Litecoin for a while was the second leading cryptocurrency, but has now been taken over severely. The market cap of Litecoin is nowhere near even Ethereum at the moment. The market cap of Litecoin is in the hundreds of millions, while Ethereum is somewhere in the billions. Let's see, market cap 44.59 billion. So Ethereum has taken over Litecoin. We're going to see these different races of different cryptocurrencies taking each other over. There's over 1,000 different cryptocurrencies out, and Bitcoin was just the first. It's kind of like how Uber came out first and then pretty much took over the market. But essentially the thing is with Bitcoin is it can't adapt very much. They do have things adapting around Bitcoin, different apps and stuff like that, but Bitcoin itself can't adapt. That's why there was the creation of Bitcoin Cash, the spin-off of Bitcoin, to try to adapt its principles into a better method. So 7 cryptocurrency alternatives to Bitcoin. This was actually put out in April, and even since then a lot of these have kind of gone somewhat by the wayside. People were all obsessed with Dashcoin back not long ago. Litecoin has been, was considered Bitcoin silver or whatever for a very long time. Purecoin, Feathercoin. Feathercoin was popular several years ago, along with Quarkcoin. There's one called Digital Coin, Stablecoin, and somewhere in here I think they talk, Ethereum. Is that Namecoin? So they have Namecoin, all types of different coins. There's actually one someone just told me about, which is Monero. Monero is a new cryptocurrency that came out. It's just simply the combination of the word money with dinero, which is money written in Spanish. This is how Monero is spelled, Monero. So Monero, I think, could be a very, very good investment opportunity after the coming crash of all cryptocurrencies, which we will see shortly. So here I was searching Bitcoin government. So there's a lot of different things happening with Bitcoin in the government. Bitcoin here you see the United Kingdom and European Union plan to crack down amid crime and tax evasion fears. People claim that it's used with terrorism and strange other things like that. But there's also other governments which have completely legalized Bitcoin and said that it's good. We've seen that the U.S. government, they recently actually subpoenaed, I believe, CoinDesk's records, or one of the other top market Bitcoin market exchanges, to get all their information. And anyone who made money off Bitcoin likely will be receiving some sort of a tax statement for that. Down here somewhere, there's a funny thing that the Turkish government said that they believe that Muslims should not use Bitcoin. That's a bit strange itself. And if we get back here, more information about the U.S. government. Cyber unit files first charges against an ICO scam. So they're calling an entire cryptocurrency an ICO scam. So that shows the U.S. government could be trying to hit Bitcoin, kind of indirectly by going after its cousin, one of its cousins. So there's a lot of interesting stuff going on with Bitcoin. Y'all be sure to be aware of Bitcoin, though I do not believe you should actually invest in Bitcoin at this moment. I advise people to invest in Bitcoin when it was approximately $150, and told people to sell when it was a little over $2,000. That was my opinion, and actually it was very, very low risk. So my advice is to keep your risk low, while to keep your investments always on the up. At the moment, I would not personally invest in Bitcoin, though I would keep an eye on Bitcoin. I would be saving my money and figuring out ways to make more money in order to invest into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, Monero, and possibly any other new coins which come out and become very popular very quickly. Once this cryptocurrency bubble pops, which will be coming likely because it's right now on CNBC and other mainstream channels. So let me know what y'all think about cryptocurrencies. Are you investing now? Do you believe that there could be a bubble pop soon? If so, when do you think it will happen? And thanks y'all for supporting Gold Patriot John Adams. Y'all like this video, share, and make your own videos about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a brand new technology which will revolutionize the world. That is one thing for sure. We'll talk to you soon. Gold Patriot out. Make waves, make tsunamis.